know, it sounded
Papa,
like.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I thought this was
Never
Simon and Garfunkel.
The medication said.
Thanks, Sean.
7
Sorry,
o'clock.
it was a good effort.
I know.
I do kind of hear it. It's like,
Thank you.
Lifeline.
That was good.
Is that what that was?
oh yeah, it's loud. It's getting louder.
That's good save, Greg. Oh, yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
definitely
yeah,
loud.
Oh.
No, it sounded like a clicking almost, or a
Or like a static, which
yeah,
was mentioned.
yeah, like a rocking, clicking static.
There you go.
Not like a scratching noise of someone trying to escape.
Oh my God.
So close.
I know. Calling to order the Monday, December 1st, 2025 meeting of the 41st Council of the City of Berkeley. Ms. Mitchell, will you please call the roll?
Councilmember Baker,
Here.
Councilmember Black, Councilmember Elrod,
Here.
Councilmember Gavin,
Here.
Councilmember Hennan,
Here.
Councilmember Patterson,
Here.
Mayor Dean.
Here. Our first order of business is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
So moved.
Motion made by Mayor Pro Tem Gavin
Second.
with support from Councilmember Patterson. Any changes or corrections? Seeing none, Ms. Mitchell, please call the roll.
Elrod,
Yes.
Gavin,
Yes.
Hennan,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Dean.
Yes, the agenda has been approved. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We've now come to the portion of the meeting where you may present your thoughts on items that are not on tonight's agenda. When you come to the microphone, please state your name and city of residence. Please direct your comments to the chair, and you'll have 3 minutes to tell us what's on your mind and in your heart.
Good evening. I'm Jeffrey Tong, former Berkeley resident, now Roanoke resident, and a member of the Berkeley Historical Committee. We have a new item available in the museum to help celebrate Berkeley's past, and it is our first poster. When I do our Facebook posts and I put up something on almost any subject, I get 20, 30 likes. I put up any picture of a restaurant that was ever in Berkeley, and it just explodes, so we're exploiting that. Restaurants just they bring back so many memories for people. None of these restaurants are still in Berkeley, but you're going to find all the great ones you remember: Sela's, Domenico's, Nip and Tuck, and all of these restaurants. There are 20 images here. It's printed on a glossy quality poster, and they're available for only $20 in the museum, here at City Hall, and at the library. And to make people's lives even easier, we have 15 that are already framed that are available for $35. I want to remind people that we take checks and cash only because we're historic. We don't do that newfangled stuff. And I mean, I think you all have offices. I don't know how you can survive without one of these. So we have 100 of the posters and 15 of the frame posters, so we hope to see you all visiting us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tong. Any other public comment? Okay, I'm going to close public comments. Ms. Mitchell, please read the items on tonight's consent agenda.
1, minutes of the 40th regular city council meeting on Monday, November 17th, 2025, and the 41st regular city council meeting on Monday, November 17th, 2025. 2, budgeted proposal from Spalding to Decker for the completion of design engineering services as it relates to the Bacon Avenue Water Main and Road Reconstruction Project. 3, proposal for GIS support services from Spalding to Decker in the not-to-exceed amount of $55,000. Funding for this proposal would primarily come from accounts 592-536-821-000 Water Engineering and 443-901-821-000 Road Project Engineering, but other accounts may be utilized based on actual usage. 4, intergovernmental agreement with the Berkley School District as it relates to rapid flashing beacon installations on Catalpa Drive.
Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Motion was made by Councilmember Hennan
Support, second.
and seconded by Councilmember Baker. Are there any changes or corrections? Seeing none, Ms. Mitchell, please call the roll.
Elrod,
Yes.
Gavin,
Yes.
Hennan,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Dean.
Yes, the consent agenda has passed. Ms. Mitchell, please read item number 1 on tonight's regular agenda.
Recognitions or presentations from the consent agenda.
Seeing none, please read item number 2 on tonight's regular agenda.
Retainer agreement for legal services regarding review of city manager's determination regarding ethics complaint and authorize the city manager to sign.
Ms. Van Vleck.
Good evening. City Council received a complaint from a resident concerning the perception of an improper disclosure of a conflict of interest during the contract solicitation and engagement of the city's current city attorney. In response, I conducted a review of the matter and determined that no ethics violation occurred and advised the resident of my findings. Next, the resident requested a formal review and the advisory opinion in accordance with Section 2-40F of the City Code. It has been the practice of the city manager to consult with legal counsel prior to providing an advisory opinion in accordance with that section. And given that the complaint involves the city attorney and in the importance of maintaining public trust, I'm recommending an independent outside legal counsel evaluate both the complaint and my findings against the applicable statutes. The proposed firm, Greco Law PLLC, brings municipal experience as well as a background conducting independent reviews of ethical complaints. Their familiarity with both municipal operations and the ethical standards makes them well qualified to provide an objective assessment of the complaint and my findings. The hourly fee of $165 an hour is a competitive rate. That said, this independent review is not part of our anticipated attorney budget for the new year. However, at this time, I am not recommending a budget amendment as we do not yet know the final cost or the overall budget impact. It is recommended that City Council approve the retainer agreement for legal services regarding review of the city manager's determination regarding the ethics complaint and authorize the city manager to sign.
Is there a motion to approve, deny, or postpone?
I move to approve the retainer agreement for legal services regarding review of the city manager's determination regarding ethics complaint and authorize the city manager to sign.
Motion to approve was made by Mayor Pro Tem Gavin
Second.
and seconded by Councilmember Baker. Okay. Any questions, comments from council? Councilmember Baker.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you for bringing this to us. I do think in this exception case, this is a reasonable and appropriate course to take. As you described in your opening, if there any other matter, it would go through you and through our council. But since this one involves the council, it seems to make sense that we go to somebody, a third-party independent. So with this being a special case exception kind of thing, I think this makes sense. It's not the rule of the road, but I think it makes sense in this particular case. So I'll be supporting this tonight.
Thank you.
I just have, do you have an idea about how much it would cost? Any, like, ballpark, or is it too, you can't even determine that?
No, because I also didn't provide anything because we had not retained them yet. So it's very difficult for her to give us a scope.
Sure.
Just because she's not sure how much kind of needs to be done and how much needs to go through.
But we have an hourly, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And I'm just want to bring up the idea that this could be precedent setting. So for Councilmember Baker's questioning, is there some type of line we can draw so that residents understand where this may stop in the future, or how a process review such as this can be conducted in a manner that will appease the complainants? Again, I do not want to set a precedent moving forward for having a review for every complaint that's made.
I don't think that we are. I think that Councilmember Baker, if I may, outlined that pretty distinctly, that because the complaint was made against our current legal counsel and the city manager, it then, went another level just for purposes of transparency, and it's all above board. Normally, an ethics complaint comes in, and it is under the purview of the city manager and legal counsel. So that's my understanding. If you want to add to that, anyone, or City Manager Van Vleck.
Yeah. Yeah, I would support that. If there's any, this is the first one that I've conducted here. I was able to kind of look back at what some of my predecessors did. But if there's any sort of interpretation of the law, I would argue that I have a knowledge base for sure. But if I'm looking at confirmation and I would be going to our attorneys, to our legal counsel to say, here's my perception. Feel pretty confident about it, but I need in order to get a legal review and really feel confident about it, I would lean into that. So especially when it comes to a formal complaint as this, I would definitely want to make sure that is done. That said, I feel confident about what I've come up with. But if we're going to, for the public trust, for the perception of public trust, and then being able to feel that we've done everything we can to look into this matter, I think outside counsel makes sense.
Okay, I'm opening up public comment for this agenda item.
Thank you, Mayor. Joshua Hunter, Berkley. I had some prepared remarks, but the city's ethics code says no city official can do work that compromises their independence. So given that this agenda item involves the city attorney, I'm curious why Ms. Hamame is participating in the agenda item. Maybe they'll recuse themselves. Maybe she'll recuse herself after the public comment, but the participation is appropriate under the code. So, but with that said, I submitted the ethics complaint. Concerning the city attorney contract on this agenda item, I sent an inquiry to council on the 20th that the city manager responded to. So that wasn't the formal complaint. The formal complaint was on November 1st. And the motion you have before you is to review the city manager's prior findings. But the city manager has not confirmed whether the city attorney or law firm RSJA advised on those findings. I've asked the city manager twice, most recently last week, to confirm that RSJ was not involved in her ethics complaint findings, but I still haven't received an answer. Without that disclosure, the city cannot comply in issuing an advisory opinion under section 2-40 subsection F that's referenced in the memo. Because RSJ is a subject of my complaint, any advice they gave would invalidate the city manager's findings. Independent counsel may review the complaint itself, Greco law, but they cannot validate prior findings if RSJ was involved. So for transparency and public confidence, I ask council to confirm 3 points. One, that RSJ was not involved in advising or drafting the city manager's findings consistent with section 2-40, subsection E, paragraph 1, item F of the city's ethics code. 2, that the city manager's forthcoming advisory opinion will be impartial from RSJA, regardless of whether independent counsel is retained from this motion. 3rd, that the city manager will immediately publish the ethics complaint so the public can see what is being reviewed. And 4, that the city attorney is recused from this agenda item. Mayor, as I mentioned, I've asked twice now, and the city manager's silence leaves the public without disclosure of RSJA's role in the ethics complaint findings that she references in her memo. So that's why I asked council to confirm tonight, was RSJA involved in advising the city manager's findings? Yes or no?
Thank you, Mr. Hunter. Any other public comment? Okay, and closing public comment. Any additional questions, comments from council, city manager, or our city attorney? Councilmember Hennon.
So we have a history of complaints being made on various topics, experts in the field weighing in, providing, competent preventals, providing the evidence of the findings, and then it not being believed. We've already heard the goalpost be moved tonight from the complainant that whatever we do here is not going to be accepted if it comes out contrary to what he thinks, because we haven't done all of the steps that aren't in the ordinance but that have been made up from whole cloth that we should be doing. So there's no reason for us to continue spending this time, this money, going down these to people that cannot be appeased, that aren't looking for answers. They're just looking for things to pick at. They're not looking to make things better. So I'll be voting against this. We need to take control, move on, and stop acquiescing to people who cannot be appeased under any circumstances.
Thank you. Any other comments, questions from council? Okay, seeing none, Ms. Mitchell, please call the roll on the motion to approve.
Gavin,
Yes.
Hennan,
No.
Patterson,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Elrod,
Yes.
Dean.
Yes. The agenda item has passed. Ms. Mitchell, please read item number 3 on tonight's regular agenda.
Revised letter of engagement with Schiffman Fournier and authorize the city manager to sign.
Ms. Van Vleck?
So Schiffman Fournier has provided the city with trusted, reliable, and highly competent support on all labor-related matters. Their institutional knowledge and consistent responsiveness have been instrumental in helping us navigate complex labor issues efficiently and effectively. For instance, I was not long here when we started our labor negotiations, and Mr. Fournier was a huge part of being able to get us through that process. And I'm thankful and grateful for his services through that. Their hourly rate is adjusting from $165 an hour to $185 an hour. Even with this adjustment, the new hourly rate remains competitive and continues to represent a strong value of the quality of legal services we receive. At this time, a budget amendment is unnecessary. We budget our labor council based on the anticipated need, but it is often unknown what issues and need will come up in a year. Currently, we've spent roughly 50% of our labor attorney budget. With contract negotiations happening at the beginning of the fiscal year, we anticipated the majority of our budget to be spent the first 2 quarters. Even with this increase, it's still possible we will come in under or at budget, but until we get further along in the year and as the issues or non-issues come or do not come up is when we would come forward with any necessary budget amendments. So tonight, it is recommended that City Council approve the revised letter of engagement with Schiffman Fournier and authorize the city manager to sign.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve, deny, or postpone?
Move to approve the revised letter of engagement with Schiffman Fournier and authorize the city manager to sign.
Thank you. Motion made by Councilmember Hennan,
Second.
seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Gavin. Questions or discussion from council? Councilmember Baker.
Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you for bringing this to us as well. Having been in a few of these sessions over the years, I can attest to the quality of the counsel that we've received, the thoroughness of the work, and if I can say, like, the brevity of the time that we've needed to spend, right, to go through everything. It's presented in such a succinct way that it's easy to comprehend and provides us with the guidance we need to move forward. So given all of that and retaining the firm, I think makes a lot of sense for the community. So I'll be in support of this too.
Thank you. Okay, I'm opening this up for public comment. Okay, seeing none, Ms. Mitchell, please call the roll on the motion to approve.
Hennan,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Baker,
Yes.
Elrod,
Yes.
Gavin,
Yes.
Dean.
Yes, the agenda item has passed. Well, here we are at communications. Ms. Mitchell, who will go first?
Councilmember Patterson.
Okay.
Way to go, Greg.
The Planning Commission met last week. They held a public hearing for the old Berkley Theater, which located at 2960 12 Mile Road. They had their special land use as well as their site plan. So it was a little recommended for approval. And that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. very briefly, Parks and Rec will meet December 11th at 7 p.m. at the community center, and the library board will meet December 17th at 7 p.m. at the library. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilmember Baker.
Thank you. The Downtown Development Authority, DDA, met on November 12th, and they will meet again on Wednesday, the December 10th. Ho, 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 it's a merry month here in downtown Berkeley. I'll just promote that the holiday hop and shop on the Jolly Trolley is leaving the station December 4th, 6th, 11th, and 13th from 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. There'll be a trolley that services the entire downtown. Easy on, easy off, and you can do as much shopping and everything that you'd like to. And Santa Claus will be at the library on December 7th from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. For more information on that and other cool things in our downtown, visit downtownberkeley.com. Historical Committee met on November 18th and meets again on the 9th. And they wanted to thank everybody again for their participation and support with the recent Roseland Park Cemetery tour. And the museum will be open during the Holiday Lights Parade coming up this Saturday. So come on in, warm up. And for more information on them, it's downtown Berkeley. BerkeleyHistory.com. The other one's still cool, too. And finally, it was Chris Perillo who once said, "Passwords are like underwear. Don't let people see it, change it very often, and you shouldn't share it with strangers." Now, I say this because today is Cyber Monday. There's still a few hours left. But password security is important. Holiday season is a prime target to go after folks that are looking for a quick buy or maybe aren't cyber savvy. The hackers will be looking for weaknesses in your devices or your connections, and obviously trying to fool you into entering your passwords and things when you shouldn't be giving it to them. The best defense against these kinds of threats is to be aware of it. If you're not sure of a link, don't click on it. And my final tip is be careful what you post on social media, because anything you post can and will be used against you by an authoritarian regime. And with that, I would ask you to please hug somebody you love. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Hennon.
The tree board met to review their upcoming outreach opportunities, looking at their 2025 report and 2026 goals. Their next meeting, they skipped December and will be meeting in January 26th. The Zoning Board of Appeals will be meeting on December 8th. There are no cases, it's just some administrative matters that they have to take care of in setting next year's calendar. And then I recently attended an open house in Hazel Park where Amazon was showing their new drone delivery, and it's going to be coming to Berkeley. So this is mostly an awareness thing to, if you start seeing drones overhead, this is what's going on. I know that I talked to several of the council and staff at Hazel Park. They were extremely concerned with the problems that it could cause. They did extensive investigation. They went out to Phoenix, where this program's already in progress, talked to people there, and even the most skeptical of them now don't see that it is going to cause any problems or quality of life issues. So that's my own assessment as well, that the drones, except for when they're making the delivery, are flying 400 feet, so they're really not going to be noticeable. But just an awareness, if you do see them, that's what's going on. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilmember Elrod.
Yes, the Environmental Advisory Committee met 2 Thursdays ago, the 20th, and began the process of compiling their agenda for next year and their accomplishments for the current year. The next meeting is scheduled for January 16th at 6:30 over at Public Safety, second floor. And I do want to close today with, for myself, that I am now terrified from both Councilmember Hennon's and Baker's updates that Berkeley is moving into a dystopian sci-fi novel. So thank you as I question all my Cyber Monday purchases.
Thank you. City Manager Van Vleck.
Nothing tonight.
Okay. Ms. Hamame.
Nothing, thank you.
Okay. Well, I have something. Congratulations, Attorney Hamame, on being named the 91st President of the State Bar of Michigan, and I have a prop. This is a remarkable career achievement and speaks volumes about you, Lisa, not only your, as an attorney with a brilliant legal mind, but also as someone who upholds the highest standards of ethics. And Berkeley is very lucky. We're very fortunate to have you, so congratulations again on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations also to Councilmember Hennon on being accepted as a 2026 Fellow in Michigan State University's Michigan Political Leadership Program, otherwise known as MPLP. This is a 10-month public policy and leadership fellowship that brings together 24 emerging leaders from across the state of Michigan to build skills for effective, solutions-focused governing. So congratulations to you. Just a reminder that the Holiday Lights Parade is this Saturday at 5:30. It'll start right around Cummings on 12 Mile. We'll head down 12 to Coolidge and at the gazebo where we will gather for Santa's arrival, the tree lighting. There will be hot chocolate there, so I hope to see everybody out this Saturday. And then I just have my Meet Your Mayor. I was at Mug and Jug on Friday the 21st, and it was a blast. Lots and lots of people in there from not only Berkley, but Southfield and Lathrop and Huntington Woods as well. And they're all pretty excited about the expansion that's going to happen there. And then I will be, my next Meet Your Mayor, I'll be riding that Jolly Holiday Trolley on Saturday, December 13th from 2 to 4 p.m. And with that, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion made by Councilmember Patterson,
Second.
seconded by Councilmember Hennon. Ms. Mitchell, will you please call the roll?
Baker,
Yes.
Elrod,
Yes.
Gavin,
Yes.
Hennon,
Yes.
Patterson,
Yes.
Dean.
Yes, the Monday, December 1st, 2025 meeting of the Berkeley City Council is adjourned.